All right, the world's a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown. I'm the host of the Productive Conversations podcast. We're in the middle, or pretty much, middle of November. It's time to talk about the NBA for the first time in the 2025-26 season here on Productive Conversations, and we're going to get into it as per usual with the great crew of Saint Wave and Fresh Faces, New Ideas. Let's talk hoops. What's going on, gentlemen?
I'm good. I'm ready. This is gonna be a weird season, but let's go.
It's already a good start, man. So I'm I'm locked in.
Love to hear it. Great to see you guys. And just before we hear about those weird things, and before we get into the nitty gritty, just want to remind you to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcasting platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms. We're on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X at Prod Convo Pod, TikTok at Prod Convo Pod, and Facebook at Productive Conversations. And as always, don't you forget to check out presenting sponsor Magic Mind. The show is brought to you by Magic Mind, the world's first productivity shot where you can do more and stress less. And if you're like me, who has so much to juggle with in his life, work, podcasts, trying to be social, trying to be a nice person to society, and coffee's just not enough, well, I think the green tea shot of Magic Mind filled with nootropics, matcha, and adaptions can help you stay more focused in your life. It will have you'll have a less foggy brain. You'll be more focused, do tasks at hands, and your attitude will be a lot better. So go to magicmind.com/PCJune for 48% off your first subscription or 20% off your first one-time purchase. That is magicmind.com/PCJune for 40% off your first subscription or 20% off your first one-time purchase. Magic Mind, reclaim your brain. All right, guys, I got Faces and I got Saint Wave here as we kick off our coverage of the NBA season. Check in every few weeks and then really pick it up when we get to the playoffs. So we'll see how we get to the spring and where this league is going. But I first want to just quickly start with you, Faces. You said this is going to be a weird season. I'd love to hear more about that. Why do you say that?
Um, well, first off, it's weird because the East is a jumbled mess. And also the Thunder may win, 75 games this year? Like, and then we have teams that were supposed to be good that are just cratering. And
Mm-hmm.
it is the only like it is impossible to predict anything. Granted, we're still in the first 15, 16 games, so we don't really have like finite trends for about another 5 to 10 games or so. Usually about the 25 game mark, we have a better idea, like things stabilize. But it's gonna be, oh man, there's a sort of Damocles hanging over the league. There's the Kawhi investigation. There was the
Oh man,
gambling stuff, which I do have a quick thought on.
talk about some drama.
Like the gambling stuff is bad. Like the NBA fucked up with how much they built into this gambling. But it is also worth mentioning that the current FBI is run by clowns, and
Mm-hmm.
they also are run by a petty child who does not like the NBA. So it is worth keeping that with a grain of salt. Um, so I don't even know where to go with that. But that is also worth mentioning. But it is weird, man. Like but as weird as it is, it's fire. Like we've had just an absurd start to the season.
Yeah,
Like if you like, there's barely been a night where all the games are garbage. And then we had, what was it, like 2 weeks ago, where we had that massive set of overtime games, whichever day that Desmond Bain game winner was. Like every one of those games was fire.
yeah, yeah. It's been a lot of great games, and I'm watching a lot of them. A
It is.
lot of them.
I can't tell you how high. Like literally after game one, I had to buy Spurs to see the Spurs just because of that. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Also on a new NBA TV schedule too. We have Amazon and NBC, the return of
Which
NBC.
I saw my first.
yeah. That's like inconvenient, like just super inconvenient. So I just think that's annoying. But other than that, everything else is pretty dope. And like even the bad teams like are put up such a good fight. You gotta watch the game.
Well, there's no like like even there's no okay, there is one team that is not worth watching. And that's the Kings. Everybody else you could like find a reason to watch.
It's funny. I don't care about watching the Kings. It's like they have a better record than the Wizards, but the Wizards games seem more entertaining to watch.
The Wizards have young guys who are interested in it. You're
Yeah.
interested in it. Like the Kings, the only reason to watch the Kings is to wonder why they haven't played Keon Ellis. Like,
Yo, Clippers are terrible to watch too.
yeah, but the thing with the Clippers is you have to
Star
root
power.
for the Clippers.
Yeah, it's like
You
star
have to
power.
root for the Clippers because the Clippers are holding the league hostage because of their ineptitude. They have to give Oklahoma City their pick this year unprotected. As it stands right now, Oklahoma City is 13-1, 14-1. I don't remember the fucking games they played. They haven't had Jalen Williams. They could walk into next season with 5 rookies, 3 of which from this draft, 2 of which could be top 10 picks.
Yeah.
And now, to keep in mind, the other 2 rookies would be Thomas Sorber, who they drafted this year, who's out from an ACL, and possibly Nikola Topic, because we don't know when he's coming back from his testicle cancer, or if he comes back. But like that's where this team is, and that's like you. Every time you see a Clippers game, you're like, please just old man it out. Just at least make, and they'll probably stabilize enough to make the 9th seed because a lot of the teams above them are probably going to fall. But that's like you had Oklahoma City walking away with like one of these top 3 guys who are just like this draft is going to be fucking crazy. Like the 24 draft is awesome. The 25
already.
The 25 draft is awesome. I think the 24 draft is awesome because I'm a massive Steven Castle fan, and he absolutely should have gone number 1. Even though I said Klingon should have gone number 1, Castle should have gone number 1 too.
Castle looks really good.
But
really
this draft class, like I know people are like, oh yeah, Cooper would have gone 6th. I don't believe he would have gone 6th. I think he probably would have gone like 3rd or 4th. I think he's probably around the same tier as the better Boozer kid, who I think is like new age Sabonis. Like
he's a gritty guy.
I think he has like he doesn't have like the rim protection. So I think he's like a better shooting Sabonis.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's probably the 3rd out of the 3 of them.
We're gonna see. The draft coming in is gonna be a good draft. The draft that just happened is great, and last year's draft is great. Like it's like the change of the guard just happened real smooth.
Well, if you want to talk about the change of the guard, the top of the East is all the 21 draft. It's Cade and the Pistons. It's the Raptors with Scotty Barnes, and it's the Cavs with Mobley. Like that's who's there at the top of the East.
Hey, what? And Paolo too. When was Paolo drafted? 21.
That was a different year. I think it was the year after.
The year after?
Cade was number 1. Although the Magic are stabilizing but I think if you had to have like if you had to say a competent team that's going to fire their coach because they're like underachieving, it's probably the Magic. Like I don't think the Kings may do it just because they're like desperate and stupid for something to change, but it's like they haven't had above like a top 15 offense in like a decade.
And a lot of people thought the Magic would be a sleeper team this season. You don't think that could be the case? Do you think they're a big man away, as some people think?
I don't know if it's a big man away. It's they need to hire Chip England. Like they need a shooting coach. I don't understand how everybody goes there and can't shoot.
Yeah, I don't know why people are chasing these shooting coaches.
Yeah, they're like the number 1 reason you want a guy. And I'm sure at some point we'll talk about the Spurs because I have a lot to say on that, and that's more that's something to discuss as well. But like KCP, I mean, obviously you go from Jokic to Orlando, you're not going to get the same shots, but like he's still not. He just like fell off a cliff. Franz occasionally remembers how to shoot. Paolo can't shoot at all. I mean, they've stabilized a little bit, but their bigs are bad. They're not the worst of the league, but they're bad. Like, and Jonathan Isaac, I guess, just can't play basketball anymore.
Yeah, I think he forgot.
Probably writing another Christian Praise Jesus book.
Look, yeah, right now, I think the most exciting team for me right now to watch is definitely the Pistons.
Dude,
Yeah, talk to me about the hot start that team is going on again. Had a tough exit against the Knicks last season. They've already won 13 of their first 17 games, and what their coach has been doing going from Cleveland to this. Talk to me about the Pistons' rise, and are they really cooking something here?
Oh, they're cooking. Like Cade is what I like about Cade is his decision making. Like he needs a little bit more time, but he doesn't force anything. So when you watch him play, it's like anytime like you make a mistake, he can capitalize on it. And he kind of reminds me of like Luka in a way, except he's athletic.
He's that same like mold of the like jumbo slower guy.
Yeah, like
Luka's a much better shooter though. Cade is not a good shooter. He's shooting 28% on 3-pointers. But like
he's athletic, so he gets by you and gets the easy floaters and stuff. He gets like by the basket. But then the rest of this team is just gritty, tough guys, and it makes it tougher to even deal with them because you're not going to just foul Cade like that, knowing that Duran is there.
Yeah, Duran has also been awesome.
Yeah, like really you have to deal with Duran. You got to deal with Asar, and Asar around the perimeter is locking you up.
Yeah, so a lot of, and I said this last year. What is it? I think Bickerstaff is the one in
JD Bickerstaff from.
He should have won Coach of the Year last year. Like I understand the Cavs won 60 games, but like they won the Pistons won 14 games 2 years ago. Like they won 40 last year.
Didn't they have like 28 win they
had a 28 win losing streak. Yeah. And the crazy thing is this year, like they don't have shooters. Like they're playing Cade with Asar and like Ron Holland and Beef Stew and Duran, and they're still figuring it out. Like they're all, and they can make moves. Like I don't like Jaden Ivey hasn't played. Tobias Harris hasn't played. Nope. However, if you're going to move Tobias Harris, you have to be aware of this. Every single time a team has traded Tobias Harris or he has left, the next year, that team has a worse record than the team he went to.
Tobias curse.
This is Tobias curse?
Yeah. So, like if you're the Pistons, I don't really have I haven't looked at it recently. I don't know when Jaden Ivey comes back. But, like, you got to be thinking a little bit, like, hey, are we Lauri Markkanen away from having a puncher's chance at the Thunder? Because that's what it matters. Like, you got to be like, can I go toe-to-toe with the Thunder or Denver? Because nobody else is coming out of the West.
Yeah.
Either way, we don't have a specific return date for Ivy, just for the record.
Right. So, like, that's, like, where you have to figure out, like, what is this trade going to look like? Do I want, like, the idea of, like, let's keep our powder dry for next year is a weird one because this is the most open the East is going to be, like, ever.
Well,
like,
yeah.
Ever.
Boston's going to be getting Tatum back next year. Indiana's getting Halliburton and probably a top 5 pick because everybody on their team is hurt.
And they're blowing it.
Some of the like the Cavs and the Knicks will probably still be good. Like there's going to be teams that are going to take a step. Miami may get somebody in the offseason.
Look, Miami's in a good place. Like to do something, they have pieces they can trade to like mold their team. I think the Pistons have the best, most desirable place to go to if you're anybody. If they can find some way to get someone like a Markkanen, they're going.
I want to be clear about this. I said this last year. The Pistons should have gone for Giannis. Like that would have been.
Oh, they're done. Everyone's done. They get Giannis. Everybody's done.
Is it too late?
Like they always everyone's like, oh, he wants to go to the Knicks. I was like, no, he would fit so well because Giannis also has that like fuck you edge that like would fit in Detroit. And what is Giannis if not a supercharged version of like whatever you want Ron Holland to be? Now, granted, I don't know how
Duran. It's like
yeah, you'd probably have to give up Duran and maybe a SAR or something like that wouldn't happen. But like that would have been the push. They would have been trying to get him.
I would try and find the Jazz like wrecking their team. I would just try and get Lauri.
Yeah, but I think Danny Ainge is gonna because Lauri's averaging like 30 a game.
Yeah, I give them whatever they want at this point. Like when I watch Lauri has to work for every basket. Like it's not like it's an easy basket for him. Like everyone's clinched onto him. He goes around picks. They're basically holding him the entire time. they do run some good plays to get him free every now and then, but I think he's kind of like in a cemetery right now. It's like, yo, like there's only
Well, I
so
mean,
many.
Keontae George has been fine. I actually do think if you're
Those two
gonna
are
do,
great. I've just started really paying attention to Keontae a lot, but like I don't know if this is the year he shot up, but that guy can hoop. I watched him last night.
yeah, they were. I think it's. I know it's early, but I think if there's a redraft, I think the Utah Jazz are the ones who changed their pick. I think they might take Howard instead of Ace.
And they just got
Um,
an injury too with from Florida. Trying,
Oh, Walker.
yeah,
yeah, Walker Kessler's out
he's
too.
gone. So give up early, 15 games in. Why not? If you really want to go for the Mormon basketball player, I can't think of his name at the moment, from BYU.
Filipowski.
Yeah,
No,
they're already starting out your take.
I like Laurie's the guy you trade for, like, because he would fit so well in Detroit. But like they've been awesome. They know who they are. They're just tough and gritty. And look, Cade had that game against the Wizards where he shot 45 times because everybody was out, and they won a
Yeah.
couple games without him too. Like, and then I don't remember what is that shooting guy is the name that they just like unearthed.
Oh, Jenkins, I think.
Yeah, he's been great. Like,
Yeah, I
he's
don't
a
know where
dude.
they got him from, man. I don't know
He
where
was
he came from.
undrafted.
He was
And they found
undrafted.
him. Yeah, he was undrafted. He was on St. John. He had bounced around to a couple of different colleges, and he was on St. John's last year, and then he won a drafting. But like he's good. Like, they've had a good, like, they're look. I think the lesson is Joe Dumars is a bad GM, and who is their coach? Monty Williams is one of the worst coaches in the NBA, and I think after he burns down the Pelicans, Joe Dumars probably won't get another job.
Oh, Pelicans, yo, man, I watched Pelicans got a couple guys on their team right now.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
they're like a draft pick away from being a little bit of a problem.
the problem is that draft pick's not till next year.
Oh, they gave their draft pick away?
They gave the unprotected Pelicans first rounder was traded to Atlanta on draft night to move up 10 spots to take Derek Quaid.
Oh,
So Atlanta's walking in with like a top 5 pick for doing nothing. And Asa do well. Like, the thing, like, I was listening to Zach Lowe talk about this, and the teams he was talking about, like, who are you, like, would you want to be the least? And it was like Dallas, the Pelicans, the Clippers, the Kings, and I don't remember who the other team. And the answer is obviously the Kings, because like the Pelicans are bad, but they're going to be bad next year too. So like, yeah, they're going to miss out on somebody awesome, but they can still they have pieces that can be traded. Like, you still have Trey Murphy, who's probably going to be able to fetch you something. You may be able to flip Jordan Poole for somebody. I imagine Dallas would like Jordan Poole. I think it would be one of the dumbest things to trade for Jordan Poole. And
I don't know what Dallas is gonna do, man. I don't know.
Dallas should be bad. This is
yeah. Why don't we hit that really quick after relieving Nico Harrison from his duties? A bad start, only winning 4 of their first 10 games.
Yo,
and obviously the Luka stuff over. Yeah, you were saying?
I hate what they did to Coop, man. That first game was brutal.
And Anthony Davis is on the trading block, allegedly. Worth taking? Or nah.
So, yes, you should tag. This is the only first-round pick they control till 2031, because of all the picks that they traded when they built the team around Luka. Now, yes, Nico should absolutely have been fired for the Luka trade. It is the worst trade in NBA history.
Maybe sports history.
I don't know if sports history, but like
it might be just because of how bad they started. If they can't figure this out in this year,
they don't need to. You should be bad this year. Get one more guy to build around Cooper, because like you need another guy.
They could trade around Cooper right now. Those guys on other teams, those guys
but you suck already. There's no point in trying to. You suck and you control your pick, so there's no point in trying to like try to dig yourself out of sucking to like try to be less sucky and end up with like the 8th or 9th pick instead of like a top 5 pick.
Yeah,
like, they should just embrace it this year. Also, like Cooper's building up. He did this in college. He wasn't great to begin with, and then he got better. He's going to get better in the league.
I think it's gonna be a real problem.
The real reason, like, you should get they should have gotten rid of Nico was because he came into this season understanding that they don't have a point guard. And they're just like, oh, I'm just going to get D'Angelo Russell. Like, that's how I'm going to solve this
Yeah,
problem.
great,
Like,
great.
like if you go back and look at him, like no GM bats 1,000. Like nobody hits everything out of the park. Like if you think about, the Spurs drafted Josh Primo. That was a mistake. Like they drafted Lucas Samic. That was a mistake. Like Oklahoma City drafted Poku. Like you miss on guys all the time. But like if you think about it, they let what's his face? Jalen Brunson walk. Now, to be fair, I don't know if Jalen Brunson was ever going to stay with Dallas because I think the allure of New York was too much for him
Well, I
regardless.
think he wanted to stay first. That's what they said. They said that he was trying to stay first, but they didn't want to pay him.
Right. So like
Then he was like, then New York gave him that money, and he was like, all right, well, I'm out of here then.
right.
Like,
And he got Kyrie, and that was a dangerous trade because it worked out because Kyrie had torched everything in Brooklyn. The PJ Washington and the Daniel Gafford trade worked out, but that only worked out because they weren't able to get Kyle Kuzma. So like coming into this season thinking, oh, D'Angelo Russell's going to hold down the fort. I think you probably should have gone after Dennis Schroeder.
yeah,
Or
bro, the Lakers picked up Marcus Smart out of nowhere. Better pick.
I don't really know if you wanted. I don't know how much of a difference. Like you needed
Well,
more of somebody to help set up.
but here's the thing: it's like all I need you to do is know how to handle the ball and play some defense. That's it. I don't need you to do anything else.
Well, they need more shooting.
Yeah,
And they don't really have it.
now we know now they need more shooting because
Well, we
compared
knew
to
that last. Like, listen, I've been covering. Like when we talked about this Magic, when we talked about them last year, the issue was there was no defense, and that was because they signed Klay Thompson, and Klay Thompson can't guard anybody anymore, man. Like in theory, he made sense. And I was talking about this like multiple times. You can go back and look. I said they're gonna have to bench Clay for Najee Marshall because he gives them more defense. Like that's a piece
yeah.
they can move too. Like they're guys that they can move. But I think you be bad this year. I think you let Cooper, take some lumps, figure some things out. I think you see what you get for AD. I don't like what you end up getting for AD is going to be like nowhere near. You're not getting 3 first-round picks at a blue chipper. You're gonna get like maybe 1 first-rounder. Also, nobody on this team can fucking shoot. I haven't looked at the actual numbers in 2 weeks, but do you know how many players on that team were shooting above 30% like a week ago?
0.
30%. 2. Max Christie and Jaden Hardy. That was it. Above 30% from three-point line. That's like you can't like there's nothing. And I don't think they should bring Kyrie back. Pray that you get like, one of these because there's like even if you miss out on the Peterson, the Demansa, and the Boozer, because God forbid like they end up as a third pick and you get like Cameron Boozer,
Oh
who
my god.
like that would just be so weird on this team anyway. But like there's that kid in what's the Louisville kid's name? Mikal Brown, who killed it over the summer in the FIBA league. He was the best player on that team. There's I think Caleb Wilson, the kid in North Carolina, is a guard as well. There's like guys that they could.
Who's the kid in Virginia Tech?
I don't know.
Oh man, it's this kid. He plays like Luka, like big dude. He's big.
Oh,
Dude.
he's that foreign kid, right?
Yeah. He
Yeah,
plays
I
in
saw
Virginia
something
Tech.
about him. I don't remember what his name was, but
I forget his name, but it's like I was talking about Aleko or something like that.
Yeah,
But
no, I remember seeing something about it, but I haven't really seen him much on the mock show.
I saw some of his tape. I saw some of his tape, and I was like, yeah, this guy is really nice.
Yeah, they should be bad. This is a year to be bad. You already have a head start. You're one of like 4 teams with under 3 wins. Like, just be bad. Just sell off whatever you can. Probably AD. I don't know who you're going to trade him for.
Yeah, I would just sell off. Like, I would just sell off. Just
Yeah,
at this point, you have a young star. You have a young star already. You can mold around whatever you need him to be. Like you kind of like how you did with Luka. Like you got all these pieces just because of Luka, so it worked. Then
now you don't have Luka.
Then you don't have Luka, so you dismantle the whole thing. Just get rid of the whole thing.
I think coming out and saying like, "Hey, we fucked up. This is going to be a gap year while we figure it out." That's fine. That's like you can have that like the Warriors did it. I mean, granted, Clay was hurt and then Steph got hurt and then they fucked up the pick getting Wiseman. But like, stuff happens.
You can bounce back quickly too.
Yeah,
Especially when you have a piece. Like if you had to compare them to like some of these other teams, like to the Pelicans or to the Wizards or to the Nets, like they don't have a piece. Like they have a thing that they can build around in the future, and that's what they need to like really focus on. And this is like your shot. It's not like the Clippers. Like the Clippers can't bottom out because they don't have their pick. You can bottom out because you have your pick.
Yeah.
And I think the fan base is going to be not like happy, but the level of animosity and vitriol that was directly aimed at the front office, although directly at Nico when it should also be aimed at some of the other higher ups as well.
No, I think the Luka trade specifically, higher ups, there's no way you get rid of Luka and they're not 100% with it. But the issue about it is that I feel like the rest of the trades that they did and the rest of the decisions that Nico made is why he's fired. Not that one specific one.
No, that one was why he's fired. Like,
yeah, I mean,
like that's why he's fired.
I mean, that triggers it. I mean, that triggers that was the big one. But when I look at the grand picture of all the moves you made, all of that is why you're fired. This is icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake.
Because I would have faith if the rest of the decisions you made worked out. I'd have faith that this guy has something.
They did. Like the rest of the decisions, they were in the finals 2 years ago. Like he made the right. He did push the right buttons to some degree to get them.
When did Cuban leave?
I think it might have been 2 years ago.
2 years ago, right? I can't put all that in his hands, man. I can't put all that in his hands. Like I feel like
Nico's been running the team for
it's been like 4 years, like 3-4 years.
Right. Like he took the swings, they worked out. They were in the finals. It's like I don't know of like finals teams don't fall apart in the way that they did like this without major injuries. Like it just doesn't happen. And it only happened because he got such a big ego that he got rid of the like Luka. That's just
it's just that's the thing about it makes it so crazy to me. It's like, yeah, you made because like having Brunson losing Brunson, I'd feel a way about that. Like then after a good playoff run on top of that. So it's like Luka goes down, this guy runs the offense for however long. Problem solved for a lot of it. You gotta do is build on it. You don't want to pay him. You come back, you make what? Who do you get after that? Who became Clay was the next move?
No, Clay was last year.
Clay was last
year. They made the finals in between. Like Brunson left. Was this his third year in New York or his second? Third.
He came in 2022.
Right. So 2021, they went to the conference finals, and then they tanked that. They tanked that 1 year so they could get Lively, and then they ended up in the finals in 23.
Yep.
And then
exactly.
So that's what happened there.
I think 24, but yes.
No, because the 24. Yeah. 24. Whatever. They ended up in the finals, and then he tore the team down. So like they have to rebuild. But look, they lucked into Cooper. We'll see what happens. It's not worth like. I don't know how much more time there is worth hashing this. It was a bad trade, like historically bad.
It's bad.
Do you think
he rightfully was fired for it?
Do you think Nico Harris? Oh, sorry.
No, he's not going to get another job
ever again. Maybe in sports.
Well,
his name is so notorious. His name is so notorious now.
Oh man,
you Nico Harris in this. It's a verb.
Right.
Lakers got to give him a job doing something, man. Like pushing papers or something, man.
Like, I mean,
he special assistant to the GM.
Listen. This is only one of 2 times that he's totally lost a superstar. Like when he lost Steph for the shoe stuff. Like he can go back to that. Like and do the shoes for like Puma or Under Armour or whatever fucking company he was part of.
Or you just go be a girl dad.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
he's got a lot of money, I assume.
Yeah, you don't need to do. You can go, pretend AI works.
Go air out the higher ups or something. Go do a podcast tour.
Yeah,
I gotta ask you guys something though. So far this season, and we saw it bleed into last year, we've had quite a few amount of injuries, and it's not even December yet. Giannis hurt, Steph, Darius Garland is coming back today. But Brunson, I don't want to make you nervous, Bach, but you also know with Wembanyama's calf strain, and we've seen a lot of calf strains, and we know what they can lead to. Do you think? Oh, wait, what's going on?
So
Is it
I
the
have a bunch of
shoes?
thoughts.
Because a lot of people I've heard blaming the shoes, or I don't know,
Nah,
people are just
I
going too
mean, the
hard.
shoe.
What's
I
going
mean,
on?
shoe. So for someone who's flat-footed, they're not making the best of shoes anymore like that. So that could be a thing.
it's so this is actually kind of similar to, I think it was like 2 years ago in the NFL, a whole bunch of quarterbacks went down, and everyone's like, "Oh, we've never seen anything about this." And then you look at the numbers, and it wasn't as like it's not anything. We actually have less injuries, but there is a compounding factor to it. One, the season is too long now because of how the NBA is played. Players have to be. They have to cover so much more ground. You have to be so much faster. You have to be in such better shape because also everybody is pressing now. Like, and it takes a larger toll. So you're gonna have to figure out how to cut down games to save them. The other thing is people are rightfully frightened about what happened with Halliburton. So, like, if a player, like for example, Wembanyama gets a calf strain, a team's like, nope, we're shutting it right down because we don't even want to pretend that we might risk it. Like
I mean,
that's
football
part of
too.
what it is. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, Wemby's out for 2 to 3 weeks. We had Harper went down with this, and I think he's probably coming back in a week or two. Um, like teams are more cautious of it because of what happened with Halliburton.
Yeah.
Now, the things that will change from this, depending on how many games Wembanyama misses, if he becomes ineligible for the awards again, I think they're gonna that will force a change because this will be his third season in the league. He has been undisputably the best defender in all 3 seasons and
Mhm.
has not won Defensive Player of the Year. Last year, he led the league in blocks. And now, here's the other thing. He led the league in blocks and played less than half the season and led the league in total blocks.
Nuts.
That's nuts.
That's nuts.
That's
Played half the time
and
and
he had
double the block.
and it was like the only person who got close was Miles Turner, who had to go to Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Like that's how much further ahead than he was from us. So we'll see that, and then maybe they'll talk about uh, having a shorter season. Now I don't know how they'll do that now with all the different streaming services competing
Mhm.
for a bite of this. But like
Honestly,
they have to
So
change.
you're at 82. What do you think makes the most sense? Would you go as low as 65,
I think
72,
I
75?
think it's somewhere between 65 and 70 is generally what people consider
I think they should
the
just play. I think they should just add like a month.
just
And
spread the games out more.
yeah, spread the games out more. And I think that'll be better than shortening the season because then you're still gonna play a lot of games in a shorter, compact space of time or whatever. So you're still gonna play a lot. But if you space it out, you can give them breaks in between a little bit more of the games. And I think that'll be better. So like less back to backs,
Right,
things
but I
like
think
that.
that the issue with that is like fitting it in with like trying to figure out how you fit it in with other sports like stuff.
Yeah, because I think if you were to start like a half, like maybe like a couple weeks going into like in September, like towards the end of September versus the end of October, and then a little bit of extra time towards the end right before before playoffs start in April, and
Oh,
Yep.
they played till the end of June.
It's a long time.
So
A
yeah,
long time.
I think those couple weeks change a lot. I think, but
well,
I think
the
because
problem with
sometimes I
that is
feel
like if you're a team that like the Thunder that or the Pacers that just came off the finals, that gives you less time to rest.
that's true.
Right. So like I think it kind of has to be shortening the season. But I don't see that happening anytime. Like also like we're not getting expansion anytime soon.
Yeah,
Um,
I think, and also if you play, you could play it in a way where I think the people are getting better, so like you might not have to play as much minutes.
well, it's less that yeah, the league is the star level is deeper. The level of talent is higher than it has been at any point
Yeah,
in league history. So, but because of how talented everyone is, it requires more of everybody at a higher level. Like if you think about some of the guys, like there's no like like Andre Roberson couldn't play in the NBA today. Like
he get cooked. He would get
or
cooked.
like Kyle Korver would have had a more difficult time in the NBA today. He would have been like, Duncan Robinson. It's the level of physicality is higher. Like that's also the other thing. Like that's part of what the has made the Thunder so good is I've talked about this when we were talking about, like, it's not that they get a favorable whistle, it's that they don't get a whistle. Like, they start the game and they just beat the shit out of you, and then they're like, okay, well, you're not going to call a foul every time we do this, so we can
Yeah, I
play at
thought.
this level. Like, and
Yeah,
teams are going to like figure that out, and I mean, they're not going to have, the 25 million first team all defensive players that the Thunder have, but like, it's the same.
that's why the only real problems to deal with for me, it's either Houston or the Pistons. I want the Pistons play them just to see how it goes, but they like that physicality. So I think that's where it's going to be interesting for OKC is that. Other than them, those three in
Well,
Denver,
in
I
Denver.
don't see it. I
Well,
don't see it.
so the thing with Houston is Sengun's a bitch. I'm I like, I'm not really hostile to play. Like, I don't think there's been a player that I've really disliked. This season I've disliked Sengun. Um I think it was especially during that Spurs game. Like, he had that massive flop, and then if you go watch the tape when they were losing that game, he had such a cheap shot on Wemby on one of those free throws. Uh
Yeah,
like, that was like, if that had been Draymond Green, he would have got suspended.
yeah.
Uh,
I think Sengun's a little. He's kind of nuts to me. It's like he's always flailing. He reminds me of Luca a little bit.
I mean, look, he had a good offseason. He's playing well, but you know, he doesn't have that. He should be like there's some dirty stuff and like stuff that needs to be paid attention to. Like, he's not all, rainbows and shit. It's
Yeah, he's very annoying. You can see it. No, it's something about his personality where I look at him like, yo, you remind me of somebody like that. Like I probably went to school with. That's just annoying. Like it's just annoying. Like
yeah.
you. So
It's
I can
not
see
even,
that.
and speaking of like the Draymond thing very quickly, um those I've loved I saw the Spurs play the Bulls where Wemby hit the game winner. I watched them against the second Golden State team, and then the Memphis game. So we're gonna talk about the Spurs for a little now. We haven't had our full team all together. Like, Fox was injured, and then he came back, and Harper was injured, and then now Wemby and Steph and Harper are all injured. So like, we'll figure it out in like January when we're all together. Um, like, there's some trends coming through. Uh, Sohan is better. Kelvin is not. Like, I love his energy. Kelvin Johnson can't shoot for shit. He hit a three in the Memphis game. Do you know the last three he hit?
No.
It was the first quarter of the Phoenix game.
I just keep
The
seeing him get
Spurs were
buckets in the paint. I don't know what he's doing for the 3-point.
he hasn't hit he hit prior to last night. He had not hit a three since the Spurs were 5-0. They're 10-4 now. That was his first three last night. Like, and I think less of him, more of Jeremy Sohan, who's played great. Apparently, Harrison Barnes is like our third best player sometimes. Fox has been good. Devin Vassell's the one who hasn't been great, and like, Harper's been was when he was there was awesome, and having Luke Cornett makes such a fucking difference. Um, like,
Yeah, my dad's a big Spurs fan. He was so hyped when they when they got Luke Cornett.
yeah, that
He
because
was
that
so
was
he
like,
was so hyped. That was the biggest thing that mattered him. He was like, oh, and they got Luke Cornett, and I was like, I feel you. I get it. I understand.
because you
Like,
know who the backups for Wemby were in the Wemby era? We tried Sohan at the five. We had John Collins was ass. Like, I'm sorry, he was just bad. Um, and then they had Bismack Biyombo, who's still on the roster. But like, it has been. Oh, and we had Charles Bassey, Spurs legend Charles Bassey. Like, it's, you know, it makes a difference. This team, and I do think the issue is I don't think they're creative enough offensively. There is a lot of like one pass and shoot stuff, and like, a lot of it's covered up by the fact that Wembanyama is fucking awesome, and Fox has been, Fox can close games. But I do worry a little about their perimeter defense, which is weird because it should be better. But like, they were getting lit up by Cam Spencer, and
yeah.
and then Steph lit him up a couple times, and
Well,
then
Steph will let anybody up. So,
and then he's been bad since then.
but that's what
And
Steph
then
always does. If it's a bad team, he plays bad. If it's a good
But
team,
even in that Bulls game,
Mm.
they're up 10 and then they were down 10. Like they should have blown that Bulls team out.
but that's the thing that sucks is like Steph's the entire offense. If there was somebody else that they could rely on for like the Warriors to do something, Steph's job would be much
Well,
easier to
that's
do.
what they brought in Jimmy for. And then
Yeah, Jimmy just gets on and off with Jimmy. Like I don't. It's just
yeah, it's been. I mean,
some
the
games.
Warriors are fine. They're not
Yeah,
as they're not as good as like again. The thing to mention on this is we're still early and it's hard to pick out like trends don't stabilize for at least another like 5-10 games.
mhm.
There are, I mean, obviously outliers like Oklahoma City is just unbelievable.
This is what I'm.
Like is Denver going to be a top 2 defense in the league for the whole season?
They're
No.
still figuring it out, even with their injuries too.
Yeah, like teams are going to be better, but like Wemby has like he tore through those first like 4 or 5 games, and then they just started doubling him, and he was bad for a couple games, and then Fox came back because that was the difference. Like they needed another guy, and the thing with it that is Steven as Castle's been fucking awesome before he went. He had I think like when Wemby started playing poorly and then they like shifted their offense, I think he had 37 assists in 3 games. Like it was unbelievable what he was. He's going to be so good. Um, like by next season, he's probably going to be our second best player.
Bro, I saw Wemby toss an alley oop to Castle. I was like, that's the illest shit in the world.
He's
Like,
he is so athletic. Like and so I cannot wait. There's going to be a lineup. I hope it's this year at some point where it's going to be Castle, Harper, Carter Bryant, Sohan, and Wemby. And I love Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant's offense may be some of the most disgusting basketball I've ever watched. He was playing in that game last night. Now he did not hit the side of the backboard like Vassell did, but oh boy, that kid cannot shoot at all. He has zero touch. Defensive monster, but that's some like Tony Allen shooting type of stuff like coming out of him, which is fine. Because he has time to develop and stuff. But that defense is going to be so disgusting for this team. Although I wish we had Coward. That kid is going to be so good, and I think Memphis definitely got a gem with that kid. And I think a lot of that had to do with he got hurt in college because I think if he had been played the full college season, he probably would have been in a discussion for like a top 8 pick.
yeah,
That kid because he's been he's he's big. He is insanely efficient. Uh,
I
but
gotta
this
watch. I haven't watched too much Memphis games.
yeah, it's hard now, especially with the jaw stuff.
Yeah,
But
what do you
like
guys think about that? He seems like he's
He's gotta go.
dismotivated.
It's time to go.
he's not going anywhere.
Is he doing a Harden trying to get himself out
Where's he gonna?
by
No,
playing the
no, I
card?
don't think he is. Like they love him in Memphis. Like the city loves Ja, and Ja likes being there. And also, who's gonna trade for him?
I don't know, but it's
Like
like I don't know what they're gonna do to fix it. But like watching the last game I watched was it the Knicks? I watched them play the Knicks, and I was just like, this is not it, bro. Like he's just not.
he just hasn't been good this year. Like
Yeah,
that's like on
and
top of
yeah, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes a fresh start would do a lot for somebody. So
but it's
maybe
where is he gonna go? Is he
I have no idea.
it's like Miami. It's like maybe the Bucks can get him, but like I don't really know if I want him in Milwaukee. Like the Pelicans,
I
can the
have no idea.
Pelicans get him? That
I
would
mean,
be fun.
the Pelicans are the Pelicans. Yo, man, I like Fears, man. I like Queen.
Queen is good. It's tough, man. Like he's been interesting. Like he's fun to watch, but he's gonna be tied to this trade like forever, and it's not fair to him. Like because he didn't ask for any of that, and he's been good. And that although he is why Willie Green got fired because he wouldn't play him. Um, like
Well, what Queen?
yeah, like the first couple games, like he was getting like DNPs. It was not being played at all.
Bro, and he's really good out there. I'm watching him move around the court. I was just like, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's kind of like but he's a weird big. He's kind of like a Sabonis type where he's not really going to shoot a lot of threes, but he's also not going to anchor your defense. So like, how is he going to fit with Zion and stuff? I think Fears might have been the wrong pick too. Like that, you probably didn't need to do that.
Like
But
on
it
the
was
draft, yeah. Yeah, probably. I don't know, but he's pretty good.
yeah, no, they're like that's the thing. Like people are like, oh yeah, the Pelicans are fucked. It's like, nah, man. Like, yeah, that trade could have potentially set them back from being good next year, but I think the 27 draft is still going to be good. I don't really.
They have a good baseline, like because they can do things. They have players on their team people would want.
Right. You could still move Zion. I don't know what you would move Zion for. You could move Trey Murphy. You could move Herb Jones. You could move maybe Jordan Poole. DeJounte Murray's coming back at some point.
Oh, that's right. I forget
Kevin
about
Looney.
DeJounte Murray. Holy.
Kevin Looney could be moved at some point. You
Oh,
got stuff.
A lot of pieces that you can send a lot of good places. A lot of people could use.
Jose Alvarado might go to Indiana because they don't have any point guards or players.
Yo, Indiana
is 1-14.
They need
1-14.
But that's because everybody's hurt. Like it's
Yeah,
not because
true, but
it's so
you only won a game.
Watching it is so frustrating, bro, because it's like, damn, man, like y'all, like when Hallie went down, you saw how bad it was, right? But
they could have still won that game though, too. Like
they could have. When Hallie was playing, they would have. I think they would have won.
He would have won that. They would have won that game.
They would have won that game. He was on one that game. He hit like the first like 4 shots.
He had like 12 points, like 9 minutes or something.
Yeah, I was like, it's about to be a long night for these guys, yo. I thought he had it. Then he goes down. Then you start the season, and Nemhard goes down quick. McConnell's out. Then Mathurin is killing. He's killing the first game or two. Then he goes down. And I'm just like, yo, man, I don't.
Yeah, it's just too many injuries.
Then Toppin goes down. I'm like, yo, this like, what the fuck? And then you try to see these other pieces, like a Neesmith. And Neesmith is down now.
Yeah, Siakam can only stabilize so much.
Yeah, Siakam can only do so much. And then I thought Shepard was so much better in this.
It's hard, but they're doing, what is it? Jericho Sims is like a hardship exemption that they're signing. They just don't have bodies, which is fine. Like, listen, if you're bad because everybody on your team gets hurt, it's different than if you're like the Nets, who are just
Brooklyn Nets. All those draft picks so far, it's very early, but they're boring.
Where players' careers, where careers either go to die or flourish.
Well,
Michael Porter Jr.
He's a clown. He's
played a nail biter.
But I don't know, man. The Nets are going to be bad, like historically bad.
And it's crazy. They had so many picks. They got all these European players, and for what?
Well, they pick the same type of guys, and then they're just not playing them.
They're the East version of what?
That's wasting picks.
Huh?
That's wasting picks.
Yeah. No, because in a vacuum, I like some of their guys. Like Demon may have been a little bit of a reach at 8, but Danny Wolf late. They got what was the French kid? Traore was fine, and Powell is fine, but like also getting Ben Seraph. Like it's too many of the same type of players on this team, which is like you got to take some swings, but maybe swing in a different direction. Like don't be swinging on.
It's still crazy how Marks has a job still, man.
The owners of the Nets, man, they're like laundering cash or something. I don't know what they're doing.
They really should move to a city that would be better suited for them.
I don't know.
I know they have that arena and everything, but what's the point? There's no culture.
They don't really need to. They don't really need to because New Yorkers will go to Nets games because they need something to do.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And the stadium is nice. It's a nice
stadium. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's right there. It's in the center of Brooklyn. Like it's just easy thing to do. Like you can't afford the Knicks tickets. I'll just go watch the Knicks
tickets
play
are
the
cheap.
Nets.
Like I was looking up Chicago tickets because this is the first stadium I've been to like outside of New York. And I was looking like for the tickets and the parking. It was cheaper than going to just the tickets to a Knicks game.
You're better off driving to Philly and watching the Knicks play in Philly. Much cheaper.
It's like looking at I think it was like $20 to go see the Nets play. like it's crazy. They're so bad.
They're a great attraction for New York City. They're not going.
You go to see whoever they're playing.
It's like when they come in, when like the Bulls come in, the tickets might be $35 like this time. Like
I think the cheapest was Utah was like $15 a ticket.
Yeah, like they're not going nowhere, man.
Yeah, so, I was looking at it, I was like, shit, tickets are so cheap. Let me see. It was like $250 to see the Lakers, and I was like, maybe. Because like I mean
or
I
like
so
the
I
Spurs,
haven't
or
like
the
LeBron
Wemby.
is
The
the
Wemby
only
was a big
one.
one.
Like LeBron, I think is the LeBron and Jokic because I haven't seen Jokic yet. Oh, like the biggest players of their generation. Like I saw young KD playing against like the Stoudemire Knicks. Like I've seen a bunch of Pistons games. I saw I don't know if I think I may have seen stuff. I saw Giannis when he dunked over Tim Hardaway in that
Ooh.
game. Like I've seen some of the like I watched one of the Philly games where they played the Nets that one series. Like the Redemption Nets team. I've seen a bunch of them. And then I went to go watch LeBron and Luca last year. LeBron wasn't playing. That game was so bad. The Nets won it. It was awful. It was such a bad game.
Let me ask, why don't we stick with that really quick with the Knicks? So far, their season is can't win on the road and are great at home. Checking out this new system Mike Brown is running. Obviously, there's actual rotations and the team's moving in that direction. And a team that will get a lot of people talking with the Knicks. And they get to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years. And we talked about the East being open. So what can they do right now to finally win the East for the first time in 26 years? What do they have now as we are early here in November? And when everybody's a Knicks fan again in April, we could talk about it. We could see what we were talking about now.
I don't know.
It,
Just wait. Like it's gonna stabilize. Like again,
yeah.
it's still early. You're doing a new system. They
Do you
can
like the system? You think is I mean, so far so good. Maybe some people feel some players have stayed a little too long.
like
Towards the end of the rotations,
Well,
that
he's
is.
got to do that because I feel like last year the bench really had no chance to show what they can do, so there's no confidence. And then when you get into like the playoff situations, it's like people need to know they can pull triggers. And if they
right.
don't usually get the ball and are able to do so, they won't, and it's gonna mess up your whole offense. It's crazy to watch because they just, when their offense is clicking, like they're just a headache to deal with. But it's like in tough games, they don't have players that I feel like have like enough composure to like handle it at the end. Besides like Brunson and McCall and probably OG. Like I trust their composure at the end of the games, but like they just had a tough game. Was it Miami?
Yeah.
They had no.
Miami has been like
Lost at the buzzer beater, Deuce McBride missing it towards the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like but he didn't have to do it like that. There was a lot of time.
With no Brunson either. But
Yeah,
he's
but they
back
had no.
tonight
They
against
didn't have a
yeah,
lot
Dallas.
isn't
of
he back
time.
to
So it was like he had more time than to rush that shot the way he did it.
Yeah.
So that's where I was like, they just need to look like someone else that can handle moments like that and just stabilize the team a little bit. But other than that, you just gotta wait it out and see what it turns into. They have some people like that can spark offense whenever, but you gotta think about like how much better
Yabusele's
Detroit
not
got.
playing well.
Hmm? Yeah,
Yabusele's not.
Yabusele is not playing well, and that because they have to deal with those dogs over in Detroit. Like,
Yeah, like
you're gonna see them
and
again, and they're not the same team. Like,
And they're going to have a big chip on their shoulder,
yeah,
too.
they're not the
They had
same
some
team.
questionable calls at the
Everybody's
end in those, especially in game 4, if you remember.
yeah,
teams are
no, but
coming for you. Like you were the teams are coming for you. It was either you or the Pacers, and the Pacers are just they're not gonna be they're
well,
done.
it's them or Cleveland, and Cleveland is got. I don't know what to
It's
make of
so
them.
funny,
Yeah.
too.
So
Like,
yeah, it's Cleveland, Knicks, or the Pacers were the teams that everyone in the East is
well, no,
coming
everyone,
can
nobody.
make it.
Well, after Tyrese went down, everyone was like, okay, well, Orlando's probably in there somewhere,
Yeah.
and then Atlanta was generally like a sexy dark horse pitch, and then people thought like Boston, and Indiana would be better, and then they just kind of aren't. Milwaukee is better than people expected. We'll see, how they handle Giannis being down.
Mhm.
But Ryan Rollins has been good. Kuzma's been average, which is
I
better
like
than
Rollins.
Rollins. Yeah, man.
I
Like
like Rollins. He's a dog, man.
he's first of all, he's built weird. Like he's like 6'4" with like a 7'2" wingspan. Like he's got a weird body. Also, like the target thing is like actually hysterical.
Yeah,
Uh
and it's funny that like Rondo is like his mentor right now, like coaching him through a lot of stuff, and it's like Rondo couldn't shoot that way, so it's
yeah, but
interesting.
like Rondo was so goddamn smart. It was crazy.
Yeah, so like making him smart enough to see certain things, but he can actually shoot.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
It's I think a lot of it is they still have a foundation. Um, they're probably, you know, if you're talking about in the East, they're probably still the favorites to come out of the East. It'd be probably them, and then I would guess Detroit. But like, just it's still early. They got a new coach. They brought in a new bench. They're trying to figure out a new system. It's a wacky year where a bunch of like random stuff is happening. Um, they're not going to miss the playoffs. They'll probably end up as a top 3 seed. It's just it'll take a little while to work the kinks out. That's kind of how it usually is for these teams. I wouldn't be super worried unless somebody got hurt.
Yeah.
So,
I no, unfortunately.
Well, we could just wrap it up. Let me just ask one last thing before we go. I want to just give me your way too early picks for your MVP and finals right now. Who's coming out of the East and West, and who's going to take it, and who's going to win the MVP?
Though those are different. MVP should be Jokic. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I know every time we ask this, I say the answer is almost always Jokic.
It's always Jokic. To me, it's always Jokic. I don't care.
He should have won it last year, and he's better this year. Like, I don't understand this man. He's like, his shooting splits are stupid. Like, he's also leading the league in assists and rebounds, a thing that's never happened before.
Yeah, assists and rebounds, and I think he's shooting over like 60%.
He's shooting 70% on 2-pointers,
bro. But it's like he's like plus like what 190 or something like that.
He's not even a guy who like when he shoots, it doesn't hit the rim. It just goes in every time. It's like insane how good he is.
And it's not even his first love.
I think it's still underappreciated, bro. I still think it is.
I know how they're like. I don't know if Luka's ever going to win an MVP because I don't know how the top 4 guys, like Jokic is going to be this good forever. Shea's going to be this good basically for another, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Giannis is apparently just 30 plus, 12 plus, 5, 6 assists. Wemby's going to figure it out and be up there. And then, like, I don't know how, like,
bro. And then now you have Cade.
Yeah, it's like the next American who's going to win it. It's like Cade and Darren Peterson, AJ DeBanza, like one of them. Like, there's no other like current guy who you could say like maybe if Tatum had been healthy, maybe Tatum. But like I think everyone just kind of thinks he's too boring. But like the top 5 being some order of Shea, Jokic, Luka, Giannis, and then probably Wemby. You could argue like Wemby and Ant or something, but it's Wemby. Like I don't know how you break into that tier. They're all so goddamn good.
Yeah. I gotta wait till like the halfway mark because I think Cade's gonna surprise a lot of people. Because
if he finishes 5th in MVP voting, that's awesome for him.
Yeah, and I think because the thing is, I feel like most like MVP should really be like what happens if you are not on the court.
Oh yeah.
Like well, that's how I look at it. It's like if you sit down and you watch what these teams do when you sit down, that's MVP. Like Shea can sit down.
To be fair,
Shea can sit down, bro. Like it's not gonna change the game. Chet can do it. Jalen Will could do it.
Right. Shea has the biggest like my team can carry me, but Jokic like he's so good that even though his bench and stuff are better, it's still a 17-point swing when he sits.
Yeah, like if he sits down, it's over.
I mean, it's not in the same way it's been for the last couple of years.
Yeah, last year was bad. Last year was like really bad. Like thank God they got Valanciunas. Like Valanciunas, like on that court now makes so much sense. And it's like
and Cam Johnson isn't even playing well. But like, who do I think is going to win? I'm going to say the Nuggets until I think the Spurs could beat them. That's going to be my answer. But like, I would like to see them play Oklahoma City and see what that looks like first.
The Spurs
it's going to be Denver because they took Oklahoma City to 7, and that team was terrible.
I'm going with Knicks Thunder. Knicks win their first title in 53 years.
I'm sorry. I know you're a Knicks fan. You cannot beat this Thunder team.
This Thunder team.
Stranger things have happened.
No. Like the way that the Knicks are built around like a more heliocentric, that's like the worst way to play this Thunder team. Unless your heliocentric guy is enormous like Jokic. Like a guards just have the worst time against this Thunder team because they're gonna throw Shea at you. They're gonna throw Lou Dort at you. They're gonna throw Casey Wallace at you. They're gonna throw what's his face Caruso at you. They're gonna
No,
throw
they
Jay
don't.
Will. And
They need. Yeah, I don't
you
know. Like Knicks and OKC, I really don't see it unless their bench needs to. They need dogs on the bench. They still don't have dogs on the bench. Like dudes coming off the bench should not be our sixth man.
yeah,
Seventh maybe, but sixth I don't know.
That's why I wanted
you'd much
Russ.
rather play like Houston Houston would be a better matchup because you could kind of deal with their size.
Yeah, I think Brunson's such a like guaranteed bucket for them in a lot of situations that it makes things interesting. I think the new offense makes things interesting too, but it's like when I look at all these other teams, man, and they're like, if I was a Knicks man, I would try to get like someone like Fears to come off my bench.
Yeah, you gotta like think about last year. I mean, the offense is different, but like last year, Brunson would have like somebody else bring the ball up against Detroit because they were pressuring him too much. Like, and they don't have anywhere like the caliber of defense that the Thunder have is so much better.
All right.
It's gonna be a hard time. Brunson's gonna get his 30-40, but it's gonna be a hard 30-40. Like,
I'm still gonna stand in it. But
no,
I think the Knicks are probably coming out of the East as well.
I think they can. I just think when it comes to the West, when they have to deal with that stuff for the next 48, it's going to be really tough unless they get some animals that want to play 48.
In the West, it's going to be, unless there's like a major injury, it's going to be whoever wins the Thunder Nuggets. Like that's because they're so much better than everybody else.
All right.
Yeah, I'm excited about Houston, though. That's the team I'm really watching right now. I'm excited about them. Like, I just like Amin. I like Amin Thompson a lot.
So, and Reed Shepherd's been better.
And Reed is fun too. Amin and Reed as like a little defensive duo. So I kind of like them. So I'm watching their games.
All right, it's gonna be a ride. Well, awesome work. Thank you, Saint Wave. Thank you, Phrases. Let's start this journey to get to the spring and see where this league is going. And we'll have a lot of fun until then. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Later, gentlemen.